Right now, let's bring in Mr. In and Out, Mr. Showers and Not Showers, Pat Pagano. Good morning, Pat.
First time I ever heard that before.
In my ride in this morning, it was a light rain when I left my house, about a half a mile from my house, heavy downpour. I went another half mile, nothing, and another half mile, heavy down. It was it was unbelievable. Off and on, like someone turned on a spigot and then kept turning it off.
There's a name for that.
What's it called?
Tropical.
Tropical. That's right.
That's the name. And the tropical weather continues right through the weekend into next week, period. So, hazy and humid, scattered showers and thunderstorms, 75 to 80 today. Some showers tonight, 70. Partly cloudy, humid Friday, maybe not much in the way of showers, middle 80s. Saturday and Sunday, some sunny and humid. Thunderstorms are possible each day, 80 to 85. Fred, the ghost of, near Utica, New York, moving northward, and it is responsible for the in and out showers that Marshall went through this morning and probably some more today. So Fred goes up to Canada, goodbye. Then we have just tons of moisture left over. So thunderstorms could fire up at any time. And that's what we're thinking for the weekend. And then we devote our attention. Well, before we go to Henri, let's go to Grace over to Yucatan now with 80 mile per hour winds. We'll move into the Gulf of Mexico and then hit Mexico on the other side in a couple of days as a hurricane. Henri, almost a hurricane. 70 mile per hour winds, about 500 miles to the east of Cape Hatteras, North Carolina. Still moving toward North Carolina. The quicker he moves or turns to the northeast, the further out along the coast he'll go. The slower it takes for the turn, the closer to the coast he'll go. And right now the consensus is that. Let's look at it this way. The America model, and the two America models actually, which is the NAM and the GFS, both suggest that this hurricane will make a pretty close landfall somewhere between Montauk and Nantucket Sunday night. The European map, as well as the Canadian, think it's going to be just east of Nantucket. So either way, Cape Cod gets affected. But if the Euro's correct, it's not a direct hit. If the GFS is correct, it is a direct hit. We spoke about this time and time and time again, Marshall. I came back from the Cape this year, and I was raving about the 2 lanes in and out, over the Bourne Bridge, the Sagamore Bridge, and I kept saying to myself, and they build and build and build. What happens if they get a hurricane and they don't have enough time to evacuate? How are these people getting away? I don't know. I think it's a death trap, plain English. Now here's a case in point. What are they going to do? You're in the middle part of August, folks. You have tons of people vacationing on Cape Cod. The Hurricane Center knows this. And they're watching this. You cannot believe how close they're watching it. In fact, they're so serious about it, they're going to be sending Gulfstream aircraft into and around the storm today to sample the environment and get a better idea of conditions and maybe a better idea of the track. But this is really not nowcasting. We're looking at a jet stream that's going to come down from the Great Lakes and toward the mid-Atlantic. The stronger this jet stream is, the more northerly track Henri will take and more of a direct hit for southeastern New England. The less vigorous this jet stream is, then the storm takes a slightly north-northeast track and is not a direct hit but still has effects on Cape Cod. So that's the problem. And if they can find out through this aircraft today of what's going on and sampling the atmosphere and getting all of this data, This may help the computer models better predict where this storm is going. But let's take a hypothetical situation. Marshall and his family is on the Cape right now, and he's aware of this. And he knows that this may be coming. So he's watching it. So far, there are no warnings or advisories. He's sitting tight. Now it's Friday. And they're saying, it could get close. He doesn't know what to do. He's at the Cape right through Sunday. Does he leave now? Or does he wait? Okay, so let's say he waits it out. And on Saturday, they say this is going to be a direct hit. Mandatory evacuation along the coast. So Marshall goes, uh-oh, let's pack the car up and get out of here. He goes to the gas station, they're out of gas. Now what do I do? I have a little gas, can I get off the Cape? So he starts out and he's crawling at 10 miles an hour because the traffic it's just jammed tremendously. So what happens if Marshall doesn't get off the Cape? He's in harm's way, and so are others. And that's the problem that the Hurricane Prediction Center faces over the next 3 days, and I'm glad I'm not them.
Well, it'll be interesting to watch. Like I said, I've got a friend, Chris Barnes, who he feeds he does news for a bunch of different networks. He just moved to the Cape. He used to live there years ago. He moved back about a month and a half ago. Mm-hmm. So I'm following his posts and stuff like that. So yeah.
Where is he? Do you know where he is on the Cape?
Gosh, no, I don't. I really don't. I don't. I'm not familiar enough with the Cape to know. He's near the airport. He's near. You can see the airport tower from where he is.
What airport? There's airports all along the Cape.
Barnstable. Barnstable.
I don't know if there's an airport in Barnstable, but there's one in Provincetown.
Yeah. I'm not sure, but all I know is that we'll see what happens with that. And we're all. If it were me, I would, and I was on the Cape, I would stay.
You'd leave now.
I would leave probably now. Today's Thursday. Now, if I was there, I'd leave Friday. I would. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. And you know what? On my way back from the Cape when I left Friday, if I had my family with us, well then maybe I might try to do something like, okay, hey, let's go to a hotel in either Hartford or Springfield, and you guys can all go to Six Flags and stuff like that for a couple of days. That's what I would do.
That's a smart thing to do. Now, I have two friends up there. That's where, remember I went there for a few days to Chatham?
Yep.
And I keep warning them. I've warned them for the last 3 years about this, that it's sooner or later it's happening. It hasn't been a landfall in New England since Bob 30 years ago.
Yeah.
30 years ago. She and her husband are up there for the entire month of August. Now, I put the stuff on Facebook. Hopefully she'll see it. I'm going to have to email her. I know that her husband's friends are there now. They leave Friday, and her entire family's coming up with the kids and the baby, the newborn baby, on Saturday. Now, if I were her, I would say, everybody stay home, sit in place, because your father and I are going to be leaving here on Friday, and we'll return next week after the hurricane passes. But do you think she's going to do that?
No.
You're right.
No, it's the whole thing. And when you get a hurricane warning, like in Connecticut along the coast, it's bad enough. But on the Cape, I mean, there's no
escape.
There's nowhere to run. That's exactly right. There's nowhere to run.
What they used to say this years ago, for the coastal areas, whether it be Connecticut, Louisiana, etc. They used to say, for instance, during Katrina, if you're going to stay, be sure to take a magic marker and put your name on the soles of your shoes. Get it?
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see what happens. But you've been talking about this for years, and then you were talking about it, at the end of last week, at the beginning of this week, before anybody else was talking about it. So we'll have to see what happens. We'll see if an extreme weather event happens this coming weekend.
Yep, we'll keep you posted.
All right, Pat. Roasted and toasted and posted. I'll speak to you. I'll speak to you tomorrow.
Okay, bye, Marshall.
Take care. Pat Pagano in the Weather Center this morning with a check on our tri-state forecast here on Robin Hood Radio.